Okay, here we are. This is Grimscar. It is a mess. I had to totally redo my setup here, so it's a bit of a mess, but I think I got it. This is probably going to be my most challenging thing to stream that I've done so far. There's not a whole lot of moving pieces, but there's a lot of information that we need to pack into this very tight little game. This is Grimscar by Gunnar Ulmer. Don't know how to say that last name, but Gunnar Ulmer. I love this game. I think it's super fun. As of right now, I am alone in the dork, but Mike may be joining us. But anyone else who are out there in the chat, this is our game to play. So feel free to make suggestions, roll the dice. I have pinned with Owlbear Rodeo, the dice rolling app, so you can roll some dice and we just try to survive. This is a very grim, dark fantasy setting. Hey, look who's here. Kaspar's here. What's up, buddy? Greetings from Germany. Been a long time. Yeah, we didn't do Legendary Kingdoms this week because of holiday schedules. We're going to get back into it probably next week. And also, we do have a Discord, which I will put in a link in here as well, where you can we can talk about scheduling and ideas for the games, blah, 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 blah. So please feel free to join. It's also pinned on my YouTube page, so feel free to check that out. But what I'm doing right now is Grimscar. It is a super fun game. It's just like kind of like survival horror, kind of, where we are. Oh, there's Mike. We have Mike and Kaspar. Great. It's kind of survival horror. We're in this town, and things aren't good as we just kind of try to traverse. Yeah, I saw the last episode was crushed about the end. Yeah, but I think we're going to retcon Legendary Kingdoms and keep going a bit. But this, on the other hand, death is probably right around the corner. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to just, I thought I'd just go ahead and read. I've already kind of built our character. It's very fast to build your character, and you two can have a choice of what our profession is. Normally you'd roll for it, but I'll let you guys choose. And again, I have pinned the dice rolling app, so we can check that out. Ooh, let's get some music. I cultivated some good music for this one that I really have been enjoying. So let's get some music going, and then I'll just kind of like just read us through the instruction book a little bit. It's a lot of like fun background and stuff like that, and just of the town. And basically, at its heart is we're in the town. We get a quest. We go out into these woods, and we just try to find these quest items and come back in and try not to die horribly. A lot of fun little tables to roll on, and yeah, let's see what we got here. So I'm just going to start a little bit in the book here, and we're just going to slowly make our way through just through it, and then we'll get going here very quickly. We have our character sheet is up in the top right. I did have to kind of like split it in half and divide it in two, but you can see I gave us the name Gregory Ilinovich. If you're a Norm Macdonald fan, you may know that. Yeah, the man on the cover looks nice. If you're a Norm Macdonald fan, you may get the reference. But yeah, this guy, he looks like a lot of fun. But we do have, these are our stats. We have, they're called like psyche stats, which is rage, hatred, butcher, patience, pity, and hope. And then we have some other stats, which is survival, charm, reputation, wear, and what we're questing for, la-di-dee, la-di-da. We have 2 copper coins, and I'll show you how we get the rest of our stuff here. But let's get going here, and I'm just going to just kind of quickly read through. It's fairly simple rules, and simple enough where as we move along, like when we get into a combat, which is fairly inevitable, I will tell you just kind of how it works. It's a pretty neat combat system. I like it. There's a lot of resource management and push your luck, maybe, is the best way of describing it to an extent. So let's keep, okay, so we do have our content warning, because it is kind of gruesome, and so whatever. Grimscar. Oh man, already off to a bad start. I readjusted my the size of the font here. Excuse me, of this. Let's make that a little bit bigger. There we go. That works better. Okay, Grimscar, la-di-dee, by Gunnar Ulmer. This was $5. This is a great purchase. On TTRPG. This is, here we go. Sure, let's just read this. Grimscar is designed to be played solo. You'll explore the Dark Weald and the town. The Dark Weald is the forest. Interact with townsfolk, complete quests, and develop your character. Oh, Kaspar wants to join. I will admit you, Kaspar. To do this, you will need to read the rules, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know all this stuff. The solo RPG, yeah, blah, whatever. Did I even start the music? I was so excited to see Kaspar on here. It's been about a week. Journaling, la-di-dee, la-di-da. Character creation. Here we go. This is kind of the start of the story. Let's make sure I got that music going. I don't. Let's go. You arrive at the timber-framed town hall, where you knock on the thick wooden door. It takes a few moments for a stooping man with a bald head to appear. It's Alderman Silas Croft. Oh, another volunteer. Good, good. I didn't expect anyone else today. Come on in. You follow him into a candlelit room where a long, dark wooden table stands with some items on it. A cold, notably clean fireplace sits in one wall. The leaded windows, warped glass. Where'd wrapped come from? Warped. Here, he hands you a parchment, and you roll it out to see the rough map of the Dark Weald. You exclaim that it's mostly empty. It's not. Well, that is the state of affairs, I'm afraid. Since this damned winter, we've had few visitors, and some say the pathways have disappeared. Our hunters are all dead or missing. The forest has changed. That's why you're here, is it not? To help out. You nod, and he hands you a tired-looking sword. That's all we have, I'm afraid, but it's metal, which is not that common in these parts. Oh, and this. He slides you a wooden buckler across to you. You frown. I know it's not much, but it's better than nothing. There are, other weapons and armor to be found in town. You could speak to Farnham Ravencloud. I think people are hoarding them, though. In any case, what we need are provisions and supplies. He jangles an empty-sounding pouch at you. Bring them here when you find them, and you will be rewarded. He tries a smile, like me. Dental work. But his features form a grimace as he encourages you to the door and you stumble out into the street. The door's ajar. He looks at you. I think I knew your parents. Good sort. You'll do well. Maybe you might even get to see Kessler Brabazon if your efforts prove fruitful. He then shuts the door and you are left standing in the quiet street. So we do have this character. So that's just kind of like the intro. We have a buckler, which is like one of those really dinky little crappy shields that you like kind of like put here, like on your arm and just kind of hope it blocks something. And we got this like kind of crappy sword. It's dangerous to go alone, says the that weird dude in the cave in the beginning of Zelda. So our character sheet, we have a range of information on it. Character stats, it just says where they all start. Like we kind of all start the same. These are just the rules. I'll explain them as we go. We do have minor wounds, which you can just kind of sleep and they magically come back. And then there are major wounds. If we get 10 minor wounds, we're dead. If we get 3 major wounds, we're dead. So death happens. I mean, we may not even survive this session. We can run away from combat, and if you do, you just take some wear. So let's see what else we have. Physical stats. This is talking about Martha Shaw in the town. There is a healer, but more sometimes she needs you to go get bandages, which are out in the forest. Combat and reserve dice. Here we go. Profession. Now, this is where you guys can choose. Normally, you'd roll this, but you have you two in there. It really doesn't affect all that much. It gives us a little bonus, but we have... Okay, I'm going to name this off real quick. I don't want you to look at the modifiers too long here. We have, and we go, Butcher, Jailer, Pugilist, Glovemaker, Herbalist, Priest, Fletcher, Town Crier. Those are our... Which one's sounding good to you? Town Crier, Fletcher, Priest, Herbalist, Glovemaker, Pugilist, Jailer, or Butcher. This is kind of the only thing we're going to choose, and then we're going to just kind of jump into it. And we're just going to go straight out into the woods. We have our first quest, and just watching the Norm's Moth joke. There we go. Norm MacDonald was on Conan O'Brien, and he had to, like, vamp for time. I don't think he was the guest that night, and he and Conan are good friends. Great, herbalist it is. And he had, like, a whole segment he had to fill, and he just told this really long joke that was really stupid, with a really, really stupid punchline. It's kind of great. But anyway, that's... so every time I need, like, some vaguely, like, dark forest, Eastern European sounding name, I just pick Gregory Ilinovich. So that's who we are. So we're going with herbalist, which sounds like makes sense. So for the herbalist, we get... Herbs are hard to come by now, and people hoard their own. +1 pity. Okay, so we get +1 to our pity score. Oh, whoops, I'm clicking the wrong sheet, dummy. Where is that sheet? Where is our character sheet? That's a combat sheet that can go away. Where? How should be right here? Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be annoying if I can't change things. Yeah, I'm just gonna give us a 6. For some reason, I'm having trouble marking up this sheet. So our pity's currently 6. I will try to make that a little bit larger. Well, this stinks. I was hoping to be able to quickly mark it up, but it's already causing some problems there. Other things I can mark up just fine. But anyway, we have a 6. The fun of doing things online. Okay, we continue. All right. So, it talks about combat, wearing armor. Oh, yeah, armor. I should probably reread this section. As with weapons, there's a limited amount of supply. So we do have our little weapon. That gives us our, you can see our combat dice is a d6. And we have a reserve dice, which we can roll once, which is a d4. And we can add that to our result. So that we kind of hang on to that. Our enemies will have those dice as well. Those reserve dice. I'm just trying to see. We do have 1 point of armor from our buckler. And I think it is a way. I'm going to reread this because it's going to come up again soon. It's like, oh gosh, I'm going to forget how to do armor. It's often made. Who cares? Each piece of armor, I think which add to armor save roll. You start with one buckler plus 1. You can wear blah, 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 blah. Didn't really say, did it? Clothing and warmth. We currently have a warmth score of 5 based on the clothing we were wearing. And then you can gain titles and blah, 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 blah. Our motivations, it's basically like you can be whatever you want. The only thing we need to do is just be faithful to the support of the city. That's all that really matters. We're Grimscarian, and so we want the town to prosper. It's kind of a fun, and I'll read it here in a second when we get to it. Just kind of the background, the intro stories we're about to get. So how quests work. We do have a quest already. This guy said, we need provisions. Go get some provisions. We are going to just wander aimlessly, and kind of learning and mapping out the forest around us. And then eventually we will, get rewards. And one of the rewards will be a level 1 quest item, a tier 1 quest item, because there's 3 tiers of forest. We're going to stay in tier 1. And when you just get that tier 1 quest item, that just happens to be what you were looking for. And the whole gist is like, who put it there? Why is it there? So we're looking for provisions. So when it says tier 1 quest item, we have found what we wanted, and then we can turn around and go back to claim our reward. And then we can talk to other townsfolk to get other quests and stuff like that. Some townsfolk, we will need to have a better reputation to be able to do that. Our reputation is currently 1 right now, but we are doing, as you can see right there, the Alderman's quest. Fail to find, la la la, visiting people, we'll do that in a bit. An activity, exploring the forest. Let's see if I know there's, I know all these rules. The only one I can't remember is armor. How did that one work again? So this is what our map is going to look like when we start. You can see just barely that there are 3 layers of forest. It starts, what are they called? It's just the deep forest, the dark forest, and then the terrifyingly evil forest. I can't remember what the 3rd layer is. Tracking back, I know all this. Again, I'm just going through we can meet that guy. He looks fun. And he's called a Bark Fiend. This is what, so we do have, this is what our stats for our enemies would look like, and I'll just pop those onto the screen when we do face them. This guy right here, you can see its combat dice is a D8. Its reserve dice is a D10. We have a D6 and a D4. We are very weak. So running, there's no shame in running, which we may have to do. Psyche, we can add our our psyche scores, like rage, hatred, butcher, patience, pity, hope. We can add those to our scores if we need it to bump up by that much. But then you roll on a table and see what happens based off of the skill that you used, or psyche stat that you used. So sometimes it's good or bad. There's a lot of tables in this game, and they're really, really fun tables. I like them a lot. Like I said, here's the armor save. To do this, roll your combat dice again and then add the armor score. If it is over the enemy's successful combat dice, okay. So I was just looking how we do armor. If we roll a 1, though, our armor is broken. I'll explain all this. That was just something I was trying to remember how to do. Fleeing combat, which is something we may do. We will gain we will lose 1 hope and gain 2 wear if we flee combat. A layer hex is, I know I'm just nitty gritty going through the rules here real quick. That guy looks nice. If we leave an enemy behind, we run away, that enemy stays in that little hex, and it just waits for us to come back through. Or when we feel we're ready to fight it, then we can go back and try again. How we heal ourselves is you can take a ration that'll heal a minor wound, so you can continue marching through the forest, or you can spend 1 survival point. So that's kind of how survival is used as well. And then we have the town. Oh, here we go. Is this worth reading? Yeah, yeah. Why not? Let's get an idea of the world before we walk into it and die. Grimscar is a small town made up of overhanging timbered buildings and a land that is plentiful in wood, but lacking in metals. It is located in the middle of an unending forest known as the Dark Weald, and is part of a network of villages and towns called the Bowerhood. You have lived there all of your life. You are Grimscarian. You have been told about the history of Grimscar. Sweet, sweet lore. I like the lore. I think this is a good setting. So I'm going to read all of it. Grimscar was established upon a mineral spring that was believed to have healing properties. It was discovered in the deep wood by a hunter called Eleanor of Amabel, who was tracking the golden bow deer, a species now extinct. She stumbled into the clearing and saw the spring, pitched a camp, and ended up remaining for weeks. Her companions joined her there, and soon it became a meeting point. There was a natural rock formation where the ground opened up and revealed a revitalizing pool. It was from this savage wound-like rock formation that the town derived its name. Foresters and hunters gathered, and soon the settlement was a collection of tents and temporary shacks. It took a few years, but the pool became overused and then dried up. But excavation revealed a seam of copper running through the rocks. Miners and prospectors appeared, and the village grew up, revitalized after threatening to stall early in its development. Other villages and hamlets were being established, and soon the Bowerhood was formed, and appointed leaders, later aldermen, men or women, met to discuss trade routes, all based around the supply of copper. Grimscar became the central town, and its people prospered. Currently, everybody knows that the decline came quickly, though. The copper seam dried up, and within a few months, all relative businesses and couriers were gone. Now, a decade on, resources are thin on the ground, trade routes have gone quiet, and those who venture out with wares, they never return. There is one final well in town, but it is low, and people now collectively boil their rainwater. The desperate population rely on brambles, rosehips, crab apples, and anything else they can scavenge. The Dark Weald. Now, this is the forest location. Vague Deadwood vibe. Yeah, like a medieval Eastern European Deadwood. The Dark Weald is a place of mystery. Many creatures once lived in harmony beneath its thick canopy, and its bounty supported the Bowerhood. But the recent winter came, and with it silence fell upon the fallen leaves, and the roads and pathways disappeared. Since this undying winter began, the common folk speak of a curse that is slowly killing the forest. Within the freezing fog, strange animals have been seen. Black wounds on trees are causing concern, and strange calls, echoing through the darkness, wake the townsfolk in the night. Surrounded by the ever-encroaching forest, there is little the citizens of Grimscar can do, unless they risk venturing out into the darkness. I think this is the last little section here, just talking about the bark wounds. In recent months, long black wounds have been seen on some of the older trees of the Dark Weald. Even from a distance, some say that they writhe and churn as if alive. No one has seen them up close and lived. Others say they are the mark of some demon or monster, a hole gouged by infected claws, or the rotting fruit body of a bracket fungus. I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. Magic and belief. It says that we're pretty skeptical about magic, but every now and then the vellum things will appear that people can cast and use. Demons are basically just like monsters. Anything terrifying and scary, demons are thought to be the manifestation of evil, and they don't really have a religious connotation to them. They're just evil beings, basically. Marked vellum, that's talking about like these, even though people trust the presence of magic, some people have found that, since the undying winter, small scraps, hides scored with runes, words, and images become imbued with magical property. You may discover these on your journey, and their effects are described in the Marked Vellum table. There are like 50 tables. I have them all bookmarked, don't worry. So then they're really fun, and it really kind of randomizes the game. There is also an expansion to this as well that I do not have yet. Gods, it says they're like minor gods, but they're pretty much like, but the presence is rarely felt, and the pantheon of gods are like children's stories. Yeah, nature is often turned rather than a spiritual being. So yeah, there's not really not a lot of gods. We do have an alderman. That's the guy we were just talking with. We do have a market and armory. We can't afford a thing. And then this talks about our currency. We currently have 2 copper coins, which is the largest currency. There's a half coin, which is worth half of a copper. And then there's wooden tokens. And those aren't worth a whole lot, but we can find those things as well. So those are our currency, and that's all on our character sheet there and kind of on that right side of the page down the bottom. Then we have the citizens, which we know who the citizens we don't know because it doesn't matter. We already have our quest, and we're going to go. So let's hop on into the woods. So how this works, it doesn't really matter right now because there's currently nothing there. But we are going to probably pull down the combat sheet here. Did I switch into? Yeah, here we go. Here is our map. Let's see here. What is going on here? Oh, I gotta update my dice. Oh, yeah, I know how that happened. Just get my dice thing looking right. Here we are. Hi, dice thing. Okay, so everything got pushed around a little bit. Gosh darn it. It doesn't matter. Here is our little map here. I'm just going to center a bit. We are obviously that little chunk right in the middle. That's our little town. The very white hexes, that's like the normal tier 1 woods. And then we get into the savage woods or something like that. They have all these equally progressively terrifying names to them. But all we do is we just pick a hex. It doesn't really matter which one we go to right now. And we just start exploring. That's kind of what we do. And we're going to run into some really terrifying crap. So I'm going to bump us up to the, oh, that's weird. I'm just looking for my bookmark here. Forest, tier 1, table, forest. There we go. Gosh darn it. I need to scooch that just a little bit more. So I need somebody. I'm going to just randomly just pick a direction for us. We can start, directions become more important here soon when we're trying to like run away. But the, does somebody want to roll me a D100 and we will see what, let's go just directly northeast. That's sounding good right now. Let's just try northeast and see what's there. So we will go, so we will call this 1. What is in 1? That is where we're headed right now. And then what we do, this little sheet on the right of it, we will also just say what we find and what we rolled, and that's kind of how we're going to keep track of it. Now, some features are permanent, that where they will always be there, and every time we go there, we're going to have to interact through it. So he did say, Mike says, go for it. Caspar, roll your D100, which I think it should be pretty easy to find the D100s. Let's see here. If you're able to do that, Caspar, yeah, you just click the. I think you're just gonna click. Yeah, that's me rolling it there. Yeah, okay, it just automatically rolls the D100. I don't think I've rolled D100 on the Owlbear app. Do we have... Yeah, Caspar's in here. There we go. I'm on Caspar's page right now. Yeah, Caspar, if you can roll the D100, which is the bottom D10 one, and then we will just see where we end up going. And then I'll read it to you, and then if we get into combat, I'll explain combat. Or we'll just maybe have something really creepy and weird to interact with. Caspar rolls a 52. I'm going to write down 52 real quick, just in case we get lost. I should probably just be easier to go 1, just say that's in number 52. And I'm going to make that a little bit bigger for us. Nope. Nope. There we are. Okay. Updated the map key. And 52. Let's see what we got. Here we go. I'm just kind of scrolling down to 52 here. And there's a lot, I mean, you can see there's a lot of different options when you roll, but then there's options within these options. So it's quite a bit. Oh, here we go. Okay. Here we go. Hedge enclosure. The area was once cleared and a large hedge erected. However, it is overgrown and has been reforested. The area is gloomy again. Inside the enclosure are stacks of sticks, and from the branches above hang hundreds of twig shapes and stick dolls bound by twine. This is very Blair Witch. As if in a shrine. Some drip with black mucus. Ooh, we may have a demon. Mike, why don't you roll us a d6? And we'll see what we got. No, thank you. No kidding. Yeah, Mike, roll a d6, and we're going to see what we get here. Yep, there we go. Good job, Mike. Good job, team. Already fighting a demon. Rising from one of the piles is a bow demon. Defend yourself. Okay, let's move on to combat. Guess we're just jumping right in. Again, we can always run. It was lose a hope and take 2 wear, I believe. But I have an okay idea of how enemies are by looking at them. So jumping to the combat page. This is going to... What is this supposed to be? I don't know why everything reset when I started this stream. That's a little annoying. But I have a vague idea. Oh, I know what it's supposed to be. I want to shorten this, though. That is going to be the combat handout, which I do have. I just need to pull. Where are you? Boink. Kamachi. There we go. And then I'm grabbing our lovely friend, the Bow Demon. Do we have a patience bump or a pity bump? Oh, thank you. We did. I added it in already. Patience is +1. So we're at 6. We have 6 patience. Just a little patience. So, our Bow Demon friend. Here he comes. It's going to be pretty big. There we go. Yum. Here's our Bow Demon. It grabs 2 branches to ram them into its skull, forming rough antlers. So that's the kind of guy we have. Holy crap. This dude has, he hits with a D10, and his reserve dice is a D8. This guy could possibly kill us in a couple of rounds. You will also see, I'm just going to explain his stat sheet really quick. If he takes 7 wounds, he dies, so we actually can take more wounds than him, and 3 major wounds like us. How combat basically works. We roll our combat die, which is a D6. They roll their combat die, which is a D10. Whichever is highest is the winner. If one of them is doubled, so say we rolled a 3 on our D6, and he rolled a 6 or above, that would be considered a major wound. Then we roll on the major wound table, because it's not just a major wound, it's like bleeding out, or like broken leg, or destroyed femur, or something like that. So that's basically how combat works. Now, to mitigate that, we can use one time our reserve die, which is a D4, which isn't that great. But we can also use, if we look to our character sheet on the left, I think it's going to be your left, we have these scores: Rage, Hatred, and Butcher, Patience, Pity, and Hope. Those are the ones that we can add to them. So if we needed an extra 5 to our score, we can say, okay, we're going to spend our Rage. And that would give us +5 to the score. It would increase our Rage. Rage, Hatred, and Butcher go up when you use them, because you don't want those things, because those reflect how you negatively view the world. Or we could use Patience, Pity, or Hope, and that drops those scores. But that is how we could add those. You can only do that once per combat, but when you do that, so if we added Rage to a score, we would roll on the Rage table and see how it overtakes us. And it could be good or bad, but again, there's a lot of things that just constantly make it kind of little variables. The last thing I will explain about combat, you will see it has trigger abilities. Whenever it rolls on its D10, a 6 or a 9, that is like a bonus attack thing that it does as well. So this is a Bow Demon, and this thing sucks, as you can tell. We can try a round of combat with it and see how it looks for us, or we could just run away. And I am fine for you guys to do whatever you want. This is a pretty tough... I've done a couple little ventures around the woods. This guy's pretty tough. Especially with our buckler. A little crappy wooden buckler. But I'm happy to see what you guys are feeling in regards to how we are going to deal with the monstrosity that I love how it just grabs. That's pretty great. That'd be fun in like a role-playing game. Just sticks in the head. Okay, Caspar wants to fight. All right. Let's just do a round and see how we go. Well, since you're all about fighting, Caspar, why don't you roll a D6 and then I will roll a D10. Whoever gets the higher roll wins. If I double your, and then again, we can always mitigate it. You got to roll for it, Caspar. You want to fight? Fight. Let's see what you got. We didn't have you last time during Legendary Kingdoms. We basically got like a TPK because of it. So, okay, let me pull up the dice app. Where are you at here? Caspar got a 2. Off to a great start. We can always decide after we see what their roll is as well if we want to add our stuff. We don't need to decide before. We can do it later. So, 2. I'm going to roll a D10. Boom. Boom. 2! So, here's the rule. There's an AI kind of built in for the Bow Demon. It will, if half of its max of its reserve die, I know that sounds kind of, it's a little hard to explain, but the reserve die is an 8. If they will succeed by using the reserve die, which is basically what half of its max value is, you will use it. So it is automatically going to use its reserve die. So let's just see what that comes out to, then we can decide how we want to deal with this. So 2 is great. That's a really crappy roll for them. But it is going to burn its reserve die right now, which is a D8. So we have 2 plus 6. Ouch. So we have 8. It's 8 versus 2. So currently, it is beating us. We're going to suffer a major wound at the moment, unless because we have 8. He has 8. We've rolled 2. We have taken more than double the amount, so we need to either pump in some one of our stats into this, or we need to attempt our reserve die. But even with our reserve die, we have to get. Let's see, it's 8 versus 2 currently. Oof. We at least want to get this to a 5, so we want a 3 just so we don't take a major wound. Because taking a minor wound's okay. We can do 10 of those. But how are you guys feeling? If it's all making sense, I'm happy to explain a little better. We need a 3 or a 4. Exactly. For our reserve die, we need a 3 or a 4. Or we just go and use one of our stats, roll on the table, and then we would get our 2 plus, like, if we used patience, we'd get 6. And then we would tie with 8 and 8. And then we could use the reserve die and then actually wound it. But we've just thrown a lot in for just one wound. But yeah, that's up to you guys. However, whatever makes the most sense for you guys. We can try the reserve die. Mike, you were right. Well, that's how you learn. Like, again, this, like, I saw the stats of this. Like, I was like, this dude's tough. There are much weaker things out here in the woods, but everything's pretty tough. So, what are you guys feeling in regards to how are we going to mitigate this damage? Because we do not want a major wound, because we can't just go back to town and heal a major wound. We typically go back to town, we'll talk to the nurse, and she's like, I need bandages, or I need these particular herbs. And then we have to go out and find them. So it's not like you can just heal a major wound very easily. The minor wounds aren't too bad. Using this reserves dice, this early feels bad. We can do it once every combat. So we can do it now and hope for the best, and then try to run away on our next turn if that was so desired. Or we can just apply rage and just like neutralize everything, if that kind of makes sense. So we could just see our reserve die. It's a one-time thing if we are thinking of running away, which it says there's no shame in it. The rules say no shame in it. Yeah, are you guys feeling that we should apply rage or see how the die goes? And I think it is Mike's turn to roll. So Mike, I guess it's up to you. If you want to roll the reserve die, go for it. Roll a d4. And we'll see if no, it's not once per session, it's once per combat. So yeah, Mike rolled it. We got a 1. So we're still suffering a major wound. And again, these are bad. We take 3 of them, we die. So we just need to pump in 2 1s so far. I know, off to a really bad start. Did you say rage, Mike? I think rage makes sense. We just got here. Let's go with rage. So, but what that would give us is we got 2 plus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we tied, then we wouldn't take any wounds whatsoever. So, and then we can still run away next round. You can run away. It's not, they just hang out here. They don't really give chase. We take 2 points of wear and lose a hope. And I don't think our stats can go below 0. So yeah, let's just do rage, and then we need to roll on the rage table. So give me 1 second. I'm going to try to update our sheet. There it is. This is frustrating. Why can't I? This is annoying. Man, I must have accidentally took a copy of the original and then it just like saved the numbers like this. That kind of stinks. Let's see if I can bold this. Can I bold this? Yeah, it's bold. All right, so we're going to grab the numbers on the right. Sorry, I screwed up. So our rage is going to go up to 6 because rage increases. So after we use the 5 points, it goes up to a 6. And maybe I can make those red or something like that just to make it a little bit easier to track. Boink. So there. These are our current scores that are in red. I'll bold that too. There we go. Okay. So we are at number 52. I am going to go down to the rage table, and then I think we're going to have you, Caspar, roll on it. Here, you're going to find it. Rage, hatred, stat, consequence. Here we go. Roll a d6. Caspar. Man, I need like 2 monitors to run this game. There's a lot. I got a lot of different things to click on here. Did you roll the d6? I see a 6. Was that the last roll or the previous one? I can't remember if this is your new roll or an old roll. But Caspar, roll a d6 to see what happens on our rage table here. The rage consequence table is what it is. But let me know in the chat, which I have so many screens open right now. It's ridiculous. I can't even see the chat. I don't know how to do this. There we go. I did. You did a new roll. Okay, great. Thank you. So you rolled a 6. Thank you. Sorry, my chat was buried under about 4 pages. Okay. 6. Maybe that's good. I think high may be good. Let's see. You channel your rage. Oh, it's not too good. We're losing pity. And you follow through howling as you hit the foe again and again, causing an extra minor wound. So we did wound it. But we also lost 2 pity as well because we kind of went a little bonkers. So, okay. So we lost 2 pity and we did wound it once. Are we going to stick around or are we just going to run away? There's no rolls. There's no like evasion or anything like that. We just run away. Again, it's, I can double check, but I think it's 1 hope. We gain 2 wear and we lose 1 hope. I think is how that comes out to how that works. And then I need to update our character sheet here with the loss of 2 pity. Pity is down to 3 already. Woof. I think our pity is 6 for herbalist, so it's not super bad. No, that was patience, was it? Was it pity that was okay, maybe I screwed up and put it in the wrong spot. Okay, so it's at burp. So we're down to 4. Oh, shut up, text. Go away. Oh my god, stop it. You're driving me nuts. There we go. That's what I want to do. Okay, back to 4. Okay, glove maker's patience. Thank you. I did a new roll. So are we going to do another round of combat or are we just running away? We've currently given him 1 point of damage, and he has 6 left. So if he takes 6 more points of damage, we would win. I also didn't even see if he had his trigger ability. Run, says Mike. I agree with Mike. Mike being the voice of reason. Yeah, let's get out of here. Okay, we retreat, wisely so. I'm going to quickly update our character sheet. I really think I need 2 monitors. Like, I have my computer monitor. I need 2 monitors to do this because I've got, like, just so much stuff open. But I'm trying to squeeze it all in here. Let's do... So, we've gained 2 wear. So, our wear's gone up to 2. And then our hope has gone down to 4. All right. So, we run away. And where... And then let's just go back to the map and we just see... oh, and then I'm going to update... Back to the map. And what I can do is, this is now permanent. I'm just going to say permanent. And it is a bow demon. Roll 1. Or bow demon. Okay. So this is now permanent. This is a lair. This guy is just like chilling in his lair, just waiting for us to come back. Okay. So that is, there we go. Do we want to, anyone have a fun direction? We run! Anyone want to pick a direction to go? It doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it kind of does. Like, do we want to scoot a little further away from town, then just circle kind of back in? Or how do we want to do that? I'm also going to label this as A, using this as a letter to denote that it is, in fact, a layer. So that was like our first place that we went to, because like A would mean that it's a permanent place. So, and let's see what we got here. Yeah, let me know how y'all are feeling. If you want to go, yeah, just pick the first direction I see, that's the way we'll go. There's no need to go back to town. Oh, we did have an armor roll. I guess we could have made an armor roll as well. I forgot. I keep forgetting to do, that's like a stat that just, south. Okay, here we go. Going south. Whose turn is it? Mike, I think it's your turn to roll the 1d100. So let's see what you come up with here when we go south. Let's grab Mike. So roll the percentile for us, and as we head south, still adjacent to the city, just in case. And we're going to have, whoa, what the hell is that? A 53. That's what it says. How is that a 53? I see a 49 and a 44. Why don't you try that again? I don't know where all those dice came from. You rolled like a... Oh, it rolled an extra d10. Well, do it again without a d10. I don't know if we got a 44 or 49. That confuses me. Roll again. Okay, going again. Do it. I'm pulling up our table anyway. 89. Is high numbers good? I don't know. I don't know if anything's good, but let's see. 89. That's got a lot of scrolling to go here. Okay, so heading south. Still adjacent to this to the city, the town. 89. Sharp ferns. Lovely place, lovely place. You come upon an area of sharp ferns. They are dead, their rigid fronds petrified in black. Caspar, roll a d6. That's fine. Oh, I caught him there. 4. The ferns catch your clothing and brush your skin. Gain 1 wear. Okay. Good times. Good times. Just going through this place. We gained a wear, so our wear is now at 3. So what happens with wear is when it hits 10, our thresholds start to drop. And there's no like max number for wear, but like so when it hits 10, we can only take 9 minor wounds. When it hits 20, we can only take 8 minor wounds. When it hits 30, we can only take 7 minor wounds. So it kind of like, it's just a way of like wearing us down a little bit, if that makes sense. So let's see if there's more here, though. There may be. The leaves are black. They're crumbled. Push across. Beyond the ferns, you find a body laying across a large root. Roll on the found body table. I think, Mike, this is going to be your turn. And let me find the found body table. Always a classic. Gotta scroll slower. There we go. Body search, is that it? Or is it? No, it's probably called found body. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. Found body. Found body table. Whoever's turn it is it Mike or Caspar? I can't remember now. I got roll the d6. Mike rolls a 5. Found body table. Here we go. The body is long dead. Oh, it's time for you to Caspar, roll us a d6. The body is long dead, but beneath it is a pack. That would make sense if we would find provisions in a pack. Caspar, roll a d6. 3. Okay, where was I? I got confused here. Well, what's happening? Found body table. We were on a 6, right? No, shoot. What number was I on before that? 6? Why am I confused? 6. What happened? 5. What? Oh, we're on 5. Oh, thank you. Jeez, ow. The body is long dead, but beneath it is a pack. I was like, why do we have to roll the 6? 3. You find some dried mushrooms, enough for a ration. And that's it. Okay, so that is an extra ration, though, which is not the worst thing in the world. That is just a way to immediately heal a wound. So we have 2 rations. Okay, there. That was actually something good that happened. And I should have written down what number that was, but I don't remember. But we're on our map. That is where we went, number 2. And so A, so if we go back to A, that is where that demon will be. He's always going to be there till we kill him. But number 2, once we go back to town and sleep for the night, our numbered locations, like this, the area we're just in, it's not a permanent location. It's just going to vanish. We're not going to be able to find that again, and it's going to be something else the next day. So I'm just going to write ferns and ration, just to let us know like what we found in those spots. Okay, so we still have not found a tier 1 quest item. We are looking for provisions. We have not found any yet. But do we, I think Mike picked last time Caspar. We are currently just to the southeast of the city. Why don't you pick a direction to go? And I will veto you saying, let's beeline it into the really dark, scary woods. Let's just stick in the white section. So we can go southwest, we can go south, we can go northeast, we can go southeast. Jeez, my brain like totally just kind of fried out for a second there. What we got here? Southwest. All right, let's do it. Your little icon changed for your name, Caspar. It's not the blue K anymore. It's a little like adventure hero guy, superhero or something. Anyway, Southwest. Let's go. We know how this works. Caspar, I think it is your turn to roll a D100. So why don't you roll the D100 and let's see what we find southwest. I'm going to try to find the dark forest. There it is. And we have a 30. Okay, let's see what we got here. And we're going southwest. I'll go ahead and mark the map just because I can right now. Let's mark it as a 3. Southwest. And I'm just going to update the map key just to write down the... Because I forgot to last time to write down the number of the space that we were in. So 30. Burp. Okay, let's go to 30. Let's see what we got here. We gotta find... I think we could have, on that body, if things would have went well, we may have been able to find a quest item. Trap trees. This sounds nice. Mike, roll a d6. This area of the forest is densely packed with goodies. What is it packed with? I will... All right, Mike, roll a d6. And rolls a cocked 4. They are iron beech trees, okay? No matter what type of tree there is, something strung between 4 of them. Why do we need... Oh, there are certain trees we need to find at certain times for certain... Someone's like, I need an iron beech tree. Okay, whatever. No matter what type of tree, there is something strung between 4 of them. It's an old trap made of rope, thorns, and some kind of sticky tar. Caspar, roll a d6 to see what's on the creepy tree. Oh, I gotta switch. Need a new monitor. 1. A grim, what? Looking man is caught up. Oh, it's Musil Thrall. How you doing, Musil? Black tar seeps from his eyes. Okay, probably not good. And knows as it turns to you and rips free of the bonds. Defend yourself. Oh, it's a Musil Thrall. Okay, I was like, it's Musil Thrall, like our friend, like the shopkeeper. No, it's a Musil Thrall. That's a monster. Okay, we're fighting a Musil Thrall. I guess that means like mucus or... It's Mucinex. It's the little Mucinex monster. Okay, well, let's see how tough of a thing this is. In another combat, always good times. Gross. Yeah, so let me find our good little Musil Thrall here. Let's get rid of the bow demon. And let me drag in a Musil Thrall. I'm assuming since he's a thrall, he's going to be weaker, just because the name itself typically means something. Yeah, there we go. A d6 and a d6, 4 minor wounds, 2 major wounds. This is a fight we could win. So it says, black tar seeps from the creature's eyes and nose as it turns to you and attacks. If we win, we get a roll on the body search table, so there could be something good there too. I'm going to see if there's anything else before I move on. Defend yourself. All right, there's still more to this passage. We will get to that. Oh, actually, I may have read the wrong passage. Did we roll 30 or 30? I think we rolled a 30, not 33. Okay, we have a Musil Thrall. Good times. Let's see what happens. Who is ready to... I just say, let's just see how the first round of combat goes. Again, we have our reserve dice back. We have our D6. We have our D4. Who rolled 30? You rolled 30. Okay, thank you, Caspar. I was like, you rolled a 30 on a D6? Whose turn is it to roll first? Oh, Caspar, Mike. Who? We got a 5 and a 1. I'm going to go with Mike on that one because I saw it actually roll. And because I would rather have a 5 than a 1. So we have a 5. And I'll just roll it. And then I'm going to roll for it. I'll roll a d6. So if we roll low, we could do a major hit right now because we got a 5. Wait a minute, that's a 6. Sorry, you jumped the gun there. It is all right, Mike. It's fine. But I'm going to roll. If we roll like a 3 or below, we did a major wound. So let's see what I get. Sorry. If we use our reserve die and we roll a 2, 3, or 4, we're going to inflict a minor wound. So that's not the worst thing in the world. Or do we take a minor wound and just hope for the next round? So again, now that I've explained combat, it kind of goes back and forth pretty quickly. You just kind of roll the 2 dice, you compare them, and once those reserve dice are used, they're just used. You can't really do anything with them. So. Do we want to just take the 1 minor wound? We have the rations to heal it later. But Mike says use the reserve dice. Okay, Caspar, roll a d4 for us. If you get above a 1, we actually are going to inflict a minor wound, and then we'll only have 3 more minor wounds to do to it. And then I don't know in this case if it would use its reserve dice. I think it's just after the initial roll. Good job. We inflicted a minor wound. Ooh, so that gave us a... So we did 5. We did 9. It did 6. Okay, so we did not double it. So we did not do a minor wound, a major wound, but we did do a minor wound. Now I gotta just find its freaking... Oh, here's the combat sheet. I should be able to mark this up. So he has 3 remaining. That's gross. I need to up... Get bigger. Get bigger. 3. That's taken forever. 200. There we go. 3 left. There. Now we can see it. Okay. So that puts us to our next round. That will be Caspar. It is your turn to roll our d6. We no longer have a... Mike, do you want to roll the d6? We'll just keep me always rolling for the bad guys. It's easier for my brain to work. Caspar rolls a 5. Great. I am going to roll a d6. Again, we want this to be low. It still has its reserve die to use. A 3. 5 versus 3. It is going to roll its reserve die because half of the value of the reserve die at its max is equal to tying or overwhelming us. So it's going to use its reserve die right now. So it's 3 versus 5 currently. We want this to be a 2 or below. It is not. It is... what is that, 8 versus 5? So that is not a major wound. Currently, we have just taken a minor wound. Again, a ration can heal it, which we have 2. Or we can also spend a point of survival. Is it worth worsening our stats, or do we just take this minor wound and know that we have since removed him of his... he is now currently out of his reserve dice as well. Mike says he's eating chicken wings, so he's out of rolling for a bit because he has greasy hands. I'm kind of feeling the same, Mike. And let's just take the wound. We can get that back. We go to town, we sleep, we get our wounds back, our minor wounds. So yeah, let's just take that wound. So that puts us at 9. Boom, really big. So it looks like you're on rolling duty, Caspar. Roll that d6 for us. Let's see what you get. And then I'll roll for the baddie. So now we're just kind of going back and forth with d6s. I am so bad. Please, we got a 3. I watched. There's a guy called the Lone Adventurer. Is that who I saw do this? Yeah, and he was really bad at the trigger abilities as well. If he rolls a 2 or a 6, his trigger abilities happen. We got to remember that. So currently it's 3 versus. We want me to roll low. God dang it! This is major wound territory now. We do have our armor, which we would just roll a d6 again and add a 1 to it and hope that we get 6 points to block it. Which mathematically that's pretty tough. We would need to roll a 5 or a 6. If we roll a 1 on that, we would lose our armor entirely. It may be worth bumping up one of our stats or losing a stat and rolling on that table, because we do not... Again, major wounds are bad. 6 is a trigger ability too. Oh, butts. Thank you, Mike. Scratch. Gain an extra minor wound if you have no arm armor. I think we do, because we have a buckler. That's an arm armor, right? It's a buckler. I never wrote down where it went on the body because we have a buckler. That's on our arm. We're fine. So what do we do in regards to the... Are we taking a major wound, or are we going to pump one of our stats in this and make it a minor wound? Or actually, we could give it a minor wound as well, because it's currently... what was the score here? Totally arm armor. Thank you. It's currently... Was it 8 versus 3? Is that where we are? 8 versus 3. 5. We want it 6. We don't have 6. We need to do hatred or butcher or patience. That will be enough to negate any damage this round. And that's not true. We can do rage. If we do rage, we will actually bump us 1 point higher, and then we would actually inflict a point of damage to him. But our rage is... We're going to start having some anger management issues here very soon, and we would still have to roll on that rage table, but you got to roll on all the tables. So how are you all feeling in regards to tapping into some of our psyche skills or taking a major wound? because that is currently our option right now. Our options. What's the downside of rage going up? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be bad at some point. Like, I'm sure like townsfolk, or like maybe in a battle, like enemies can manipulate us if our rage score is above 10 or something. Like, I honestly do not know, but I don't think it caps out. But it didn't say that in the rules, so I'm assuming it's not a good thing for your rage to keep going up. Yeah, F it, let's find out. Mike played a barbarian, so that makes sense. Okay, let's rage it up. So we are doing another damage. So he is now down to 2. And then we need to roll on the rage table, because again, we're pretty angry about our lot in life. Let us check the... Okay, and it says we're at 30. Yeah, we got everything we need. So let's go to the rage table, which is down here. I need someone to roll. I guess, Caspar, you're still the on rolling duty. Roll us another D6 and see what the consequence of us using our rage is. A 6. Isn't that what we got last time? I think it is. The pity thing, right? Oh, we did an extra minor wound, though. That's nice. So again, we channel our rage, follow through howling as we hit the foe again and again, causing an extra minor wound. Also lose 2 pity. Okay, so it is down to 1. So we just hit it one more time. Even with a minor wound, we win. Now, I'll tell you that roll in a second. It doesn't matter right now. And we lose 2 pity. Good thing we started. Our little herbalist is a pretty angry dude. Okay, that puts us back to next round. Mike, are you still... Caspar, go ahead and roll it, because we haven't heard any difference if Mike is still on greasy finger duty. So go ahead and roll our attack for us, Caspar. And here he goes. Come on, roll big number, big number. There we go. And I am going to do... Hey, that is a major wound. So let's do some major wound tables. Yeah, and I can't do anything in roll 1. Great. Okay, so let me find the right table. You're still... Mike says he's still winging it. Major wound table. Okay. Okay, we're not taking a major wound. That's if we take a major wound, that's the table we roll on. Trying to find the table where when we inflict it. Creature major wound. Here we go. Roll a d10. Herbalist needs to smoke some cha-cha and chill. No kidding. Yeah, maybe that's why he's so mad. He's completely lost his crop and stash. So we have... can you roll us a d10, Caspar, and we will see what kind of major wound that you inflicted upon this thing. Hopefully it deals an extra minor wound. 1. It's right here. A bursting wound. The flesh on the side of the beast bursts and blood splatters the ground. It takes an additional minor wound. Hooray! We won! That's exciting. Roll on the body search table. And so again, sometime rage pays off. Roll on the body search table. Okay. Caspar, this is still you, buddy. We got Greasy Finger Mike. Roll a d12, and let's see what we find on this body. So again, I'm assuming you guys are kind of getting the feel for the game. It's just kind of, we're just going. It's random. It's random, but like it's still very. I don't know. The feel of it. I really like the feel. 10. Okay, let's see if 10's good. Ooh, this is nice. Good job, Caspar. You find a wooden slat bracers, arm, +1 to the armor save, and they are worth 35 copper. Great. Okay. Inventory. It's funny how they said how your inventory in this game works. It says literally in the rulebook, because I don't think they wanted to deal with the overhead too much. It says whatever you can fit on your character sheet, like literally whatever you can write. So if you write really small, you're probably going to be able to carry more things, interestingly enough. But we got wooden slat bracers, arm +1, 35 cc. There we go. Still, I thought that may have been a tier 1 item, but not so much. But we do have that. And let's go back to the passage we were on and see if there was anything else that was going on in that area we were in, which that passage was in 30. So let's go back to the forest table, Let's go back to 30. And you guys, I may need your guys' help kind of parsing out, like, if I get a little confused sometimes what belongs to which section. So we rolled like a 1 or a 2, which says it is a grim-looking man. It's a Muselthrall, and I thought that was his name. Maybe it was. Maybe that's his name. That's why he's called a Muselthrall. Black Tar, he's evil. Defend yourself. Okay. And then so 4 equals that. 5 or 6 equals that. Roll a d6 to see what's inside it. That is still a subset of 5 to 6. Okay. 5 to 6. Oh, there's vellum in that if we roll differently. Every time you return here, roll to see what is in the trap again. Ooh. Oh, this is permanent. So this is just trap trees. This is a permanent structure. And every time we come here, we've seen there is multiple subsets here in this little area. So we have found a permanent feature here. We'll write this as a B instead of a 3. This will be a B because this is going to be some trap trees. B. And we'll call this the trap trees. So that's kind of fun. There we go. So that's our new little area that we found. We can't... I can't remember what the rule is. I don't know if you can go back and just keep kind of walking back and forth between it. I think you may need to go back home and come back. But I'm also thinking that's not necessarily true because... No, maybe it is. I'll have to look at the rules, but there is a little section which you may have seen when we were skimming past. It's retracing your steps. And maybe even on the same run through the forest, you can come back through and we can look at the traps again. But let's go back to the to our little map here and just keep on cruising along here. We were on the map. Duh. I had the combat sheet up. That's why I can't see anything. Let's get rid of that. Minimize. Whoops. Where's the map at? Where's the map at? There's the map. Get back up here, map. Why is it doing that? Oh. Yeah, man. Again, so many windows. I just got to tell it to look at the map. Look at... There it is. Look at that. Okay. So that is now a B. Anyone feeling any particular direction we want to go? So we've done... we started at A. We went to 2. Then we went to B. Again, we can venture a little out. We can just kind of do a little... little march around the village. Done winging. That's good, Mike. We'll get ready to roll a 1d100 once we figure out which way we want to go here. Southeast. Ooh. Okay. Mike's feeling a little adventurous. Okay, let's go southeast. Roll that d100, Mike. So let's see here. We pull up Mike's. I need another monitor. We got a 75. Okay. 75. I'm going to write that on the map here real quick in the little map key. Just so I don't forget what this is. This is going to be 475. Okay, we're on to our 4th little section. And we went southeast. And we'll call this 4 currently. All right, 75. Let's see what trouble we get into here. Scroll. You guys want to roll higher numbers on these percentiles, so I got a lot of scrolling ahead of me. Come on, give us something good. A trunk hold. This sounds good. As you navigate through the thicket, you come to a large tree that stands alone. There are trails, hoof marks, and strangely bare human footprints. As you come around, you notice a wooden door nestled into the trunk. Okay, this is actually more creepy than sounding good. Runes and symbols have been carved upon it. Each has been reddened with blood. You know that this is a trunk hold. Traditionally, the forest folk would store nuts and acorns here to dry. You are drawn to open it. Caspar, roll us a d6. Let's see what we find in this trunk hold. Ooh, oh man, we could get a bark fiend. We don't want a bark fiend. Okay, this doesn't look too great. Gas billows out of the space. Roll a d6. Mike, roll a d6. This is it. There's got to be something else in here. A 3. I don't. Okay. To the chat, if anyone's ever watching this posthumously, after we die, our character may die. He rolled a 3. I just didn't change the dice app. I think gas billows out of the space. Roll a d6, and Mike rolled. And Mike, shoot, no, I forgot what you rolled. Was it a 3 as well? It was a 3. Um, if the score is greater than or equal to your survival, which survival is 4. Okay, great. We were strong enough to withhold it. If it equaled our survival score or higher, we would have taken a wound. But we apparently are well versed in gas traps, being herbalists. Gas billows out of space. Da, 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 da. Otherwise, you avoid it. Okay, looking at 5. Oh, if we would have rolled a 5 or 6, that's where we would have found our tier 1 quest item. That's it. These holds are hard to find, and you doubt you will want to move on. Dang it. So yeah, if we would have rolled a 5 or 6 there, you can see it right there in the chat. Tier 1 quest item. We would have found the little forest folk would have left us some provisions, but no such luck. Do we want to go through... which direction do you want to head, folks? I mean, I guess since we're here, you can try the second tier of woods, but... but since we're looking for a tier 1 quest item, it is only going to be in this area, in this section of the woods. So going into that next section, we could find a tier 2 quest item, but we don't have that quest, so it actually wouldn't be of any use to us. So we want to stay in this area. So yeah, Caspar, it's your turn to figure out which way you want to go here. Let's write that down. The tree hold. Upright next to 4. Gotcha. Let's write down tree hold. And then Mike, roll the D. I think it's Mike, your turn for the D100. Is that right? Or did you do that last time? I can't remember. Whoever's turn it is, roll that D100. And we're just continuing on. Scooching away. We are getting... I am choosing spots based on how easy... Oh, yeah. How easy it is to get back to the village. 100%. So we're kind of hitting the point now. We're getting a little close to A again. We got that dude just waiting for it. Okay. Caspar, you can roll it. Let's see if you have already. You have not. Yeah, Caspar, go ahead and roll the percentile die. And let's see what is in store for us. Mike, get ready to roll a d6 more likely, because that seems to be what we have up in store for us here. 24. Okay, a lower number for us. Let's see what we got. There's also a game kind of like this called 12 Years, where you play, which I'm thinking of doing as well. It's about just, it's about as complicated as this. Actually, the combat system's easier. But you're controlling four characters, so I could have like 4 people in the chat play them. And you're a party of adventurers, and you need to kill a lich within 12 years, and your party dies frequently, and a new party pops up a year later, so a year has passed, you're losing time, and you just go and try to kill a lich. So that's another game that's kind of in this vein that I'm looking at doing as well. But let's see here. 24. Here we go. Hanging trees. Ooh, did we get this one earlier? No, this is different. More Blair Witchy stuff, though. Several of the trees here have objects hanging from their branches as if they were meant to be wind chimes. But as you draw closer, you realize that these are no ordinary ornaments. Rather than tubes of wood, there are fingers, ears, and noses hanging from twine, each ripped from their owner. Grisly tendrils of flesh swaying in the wind. The ground is covered in blood. You may inspect them or move on. I'm not going to let you see what happens if you inspect them. You may have. But are we inspecting or moving on? Actually, I'll let you. I think that's a point you can kind of see. If we inspect them, we could lose hope. We could gain a pity. Or we can find a silver ring. So we have a 66% chance of getting something good out of this. But that is up to you guys. Do we want... Or we lose 2 hope, which... How is our hope looking these days? Oh, Mike, you're just like... who's that? Mike rolled a 4. Mike is full on inspecting it. Okay. Mike rolled a 4. Which is you cut them down and burn them. Gain a pity. Okay, great. That's another stat back. Okay. Okay, we had a rough start, but we're starting to feel a little bit better here. That was... cut them down, gain 1 pity. Okay. Okay. We're feeling a little bit better. We're kind of becoming ourselves again. And that was the... what was that, like 24, I think, like that? Well, it's not permanent, so that's 20. We'll just call it 24. 5. 24. Just updating our map key. And that is just trees. Okay. Are we headed north? Or are we going to backtrack? Again, that leaves us A. That means we have to circumnavigate the bad guy. Which is fine. Like, we could go in his territory and, like, literally, I guess our character's like, he knows he's there and they just run through it. But again, we lose hope, I think. And we will take wear just running through his lair. So that's kind of up to you guys. But, yeah, are we going to just keep heading north? North it is. Okay. Whoever's turn it is, roll that D6 as I'm just updating the map here. And, why did I say? Oh, because we're moving on to number 6. Roll the D100, please. Thank you. And, let's see. Whose turn is it? Man. Okay. I knew this was going to be a little, Caspar 24. Oh, we already have the Caspar roll 24. Okay. Caspar's turn again. Here we go. 9. Okay. Okay, let's see here. So this is number 6 is 9. Just writing this down. 6, 9. 69. Okay. Okay. 9. Let's see what we got here. Come on, give us an item, give us an item. Clacking boughs. The trees here are tightly packed, and some of the branches knocked together, creating a clacking sound. Mike, roll a d6. Ooh. There's still some stuff here. Oh, dang it. I need to be better about this. Mike rolled a 3. You can spend a survival point to spot and gather some golden sap from one of the trees where the friction has been rubbing the barks. We don't know what golden sap is. Somebody could pay us for it later. We don't know what it is, but, ooh, heart chamber table. Oh, if we rolled 5 or 6, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. But yeah, we can spend a point of survival. To get some golden sap. We don't know what it is yet, but something we could get. Is that worth survival? I don't think we've touched our survival score yet, have we? We have not. Yeah, I don't know. It's golden sap. It's not silver sap or bronze sap. It's golden sap. I don't know. How are we feeling? Is it worth? I'm gonna make sure this is. Yeah, I was just making sure this wasn't a permanent area. You can see on the far right of the screen it says no. That's telling me if it's permanent or not. We're herbalists. We should get it. There we go. There's some role playing for us. Thank you, Caspar. Yeah, why not? It's a point. It could come in really, really handy at some point. So let's find my character sheet here. We are going to mark our survival down to a 3. What the hell's happening here? Why'd that happen? You butthole. Oh, man. I'm going to try this again here. 3. So originally when I put these numbers in here, I was able to edit them. And then I guess I saved the document and it just kind of like froze the numbers in place. So now I have to keep clicking new things. So I'm kind of annoyed by this. But who cares? Because we got some golden sap. I got a golden ticket. All right, golden sap. Whatever this is, we got it. Great. So we've actually got some bracers. We got some sap. We got a ration. We're a little worse for wear, but I feel like after that first really bad combat encounter, okay, we're kind of getting the hang of it. That was I'm just going to write down golden sap, and whoever's turn it is, I guess we're going north. So, go ahead and roll, whoever's turn it is, roll that 1d100, and I only did, like, when I went in the woods, I took 4. I did 4 loop. I would do a loop of 4. I would find my item and run away. We haven't found an item in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 25. We were just right by that one. You can only have a repeat twice, so it is possible we could get the same prompt twice, but you can't have it more than twice in a run or whatever this, like, going through. So let's see here. Was that 24? Is that the hanging tree? Oh, is it right? Is that weird? Did you roll? Again, it's on a different page. 25. Oh, okay. It's one difference. Okay. Fallen scouts. Here we go. They should have some provisions. This area is dense with hawthorn and brambles, and when you stumble upon a body laying on the ground, you nearly trip over it. Then you see another. They're not going to attack us, right? The two bodies have been repeatedly branded. Their flesh is seared and exposed. They carry nothing, god dang it, but you recognize them as scouts from, I'm assuming the town, the village. Probably sent to find a way through the dense wood. One you know by name, Irving Yardley. You look around nervously. Somebody roll a d6. We may have a fight on our hands. I guess it's, I think it may be Caspar's turn, right? To roll the d6. I see there's a 1 in somebody's tray. That may be my tray. Whose turn is it to roll the d6? Is it Caspar? 6. Okay, well, we don't have to fight a sin fanatic, whatever that is. The beast? The beast? What's that mean? Oh, the beast that did this is gone. Thank God. You can also search the brambles and find enough berries for 1 ration, worth 3 wood tokens. You can spend a survival point to also find a trail to a stash one of the scouts must have hidden. In it is a pot of healing balm with 2 doses. Okay. So we get another ration, which is these berries, worth 3 wooden tokens, which is like the least amount of money in this game, but still. So that is ration, and I'm going to say that's going to be a ration worth 3 WT, and then we also we can spend a point of survival and find a healing balm with 2 doses. I can look up. Healing balm is something in this game, and that may help with major wounds. Is it worth me looking up, or should we just spend the survival point and just take it? Let's see. I need to find the chat. The chat has vanished on me all of a sudden. I could go either way. Oh, here we go. You guys are talking about there. I wasn't able to see the chat. Let's see if I can find it. We are on. Well, we've tapped this out, so let's see if I can find the healing balm. Where would I look like that? Yeah, exactly. I think we need to find out what it does, and it made it sound like. Let's see if I can actually like just search words in this document. That may make this if you spell it right. That makes it a lot easier. Balm. I don't want to be on highlights and notes to find this. Thumbnails. Balm. Here we go. Oh, here we go. I also have a pot of healing balm for 1 copper if you're interested. The cream will heal. It heals 1 minor wound. All right, it's 2. It heals 1 minor wound. That's all it does. Yeah, so it's not major wounds. It's just a minor. Bookmarks. No, not bookmarks. I want highlights and notes. There we go. So, yeah, I'm assuming we're passing that up then and just saving up. Because we already have, we can always just spend points of survival to get stuff back, or just rations, which we have 3 of. And again, we can sleep off the damage as well. Keep the stat. I think so too. We have definitely taken some stat fatigue. I think that's wise, Caspar. I think I'm good with that. I think Mike's leaning that way too. So let's, yeah, keep the survival score. Let's push north. Whose turn is it? Roll that. So what do we have here? Golden Sap. This was 25 where we went. And we didn't... What did we get here? We just got... Dead Scout. I guess we are obviously headed north. And then I will... Here we go. We've done a good little survey. We've only had 2 permanents, which are sadly right. We have the layer of the dude who sticks wood antlers into his head. And then B... We have the trap trees, which is pretty cool. Granted, we got in a fight when we were there, but it was a pretty easy fight. But it could also we could also find beneficial things in these traps. So Caspar rolled an 89. Is that our new roll? Let's see what 89 turns up. I'm gonna just write that down on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So where are we now? Are we up to 8 already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess so. Boink. Okay. Yeah, we're doing good here. And that is 89. Again, just updating our sheet here. But again, my runs in the forest were this would have equaled like 2 runs for me. We are not being very lucky with finding this tier 1 item thing, but our stats have taken a little bit of a hit, but we're gathering things, so I'm feeling better about this. You can have 2 arm things, so I think 89 maybe the ferns again. Ugh, the ferns kind of sucked. But the oh yeah, let's see. Well, we'll find out. So we may have bumped up our armor because you can wear 2 different arm things. So we may have bumped our armor to a +2. So we got to remember that for fights as well. I'm going to go to tier 2 and then just go backwards. 89, 89, 89. Sharp ferns. You're right, Mike. You come upon an area of sharp ferns. They are dead and they suck. Roll a d6. Whose turn is it to roll? I guess it's Mike's. Roll a d6. I think all of this kind of sucks. Oh, hang on. Before you roll... Oh, too late. This is a new thing I didn't see last time. Before you roll, you can spend 1 patience to increase your total by 1. So we want a high roll, but we didn't get it. It's fine. As you push through, you can't help but catch yourself, cutting yourself on the sharp edges, gain a minor wound. That's really not too bad. I feel like... Did we take 1 minor wound in a fight? Gain a minor wound. Just see if there's anything else here. Do we... Oh, we get to search a body, though, right? So this is a question where I'm asking you, is this next section... Do you see this section right here? They crumble as you push through. Beyond the ferns, you find a body laying across a large root. Roll on the found body table. Is that just if you roll a 5 or 6? So we're down to 8. We're currently at 8. We've taken 2 wounds. So do you see what I'm saying? Like, is... You're guessing it's part of 5, 6. Okay, that's where I get a little confused sometimes. Like, is that part of this? Or okay. So let's... I need to... Let me update our character sheet then. Our minor wounds is at 8. Which, again, isn't too bad. We have enough rations to... And some survival to keep us back at 10. Again, we make it back at town. We take a nap. We're fine. So let's go to... I guess... Do you want to go northwest and just kind of keep pushing up a little bit? Or are we going to southwest? And I'm going to add a 9 here. That's just more ferns. Ferns. Armor's now 2, I think. Yes, it is. Yeah, the armor's 2. I guess I can do that now on the sheet. I need someone to roll that D100 for me while I'm quickly updating our armor score, which is a 2. Somebody rolled it. Let me find it. 89. Is that the... That's must have been what we just had. An 8. That's whatever the 9 was, I guess. So let's see what that 8 is. Scroll, 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 scroll. Agree south. Okay. So you want to go... Is where we are actually south of where I put the 9? Are we here? Is that where you want to go? Southwest instead of north? Close to base. Okay. So we are going to 8. Wait, is that an 8 or an 80? 89. Whoa. What am I looking at here? An 8. Okay. All right. Come on, big bucks. Ooh, what's this? Spiny vines. Spiny vines. The trees here are covered in an unusual plant that you know has only recently appeared in the forest. The thick black vine has huge spines running its length. Something has been caught on them. Ooh. Caspar rolled a 1. Man, we roll low. You come around one tree and find a sin fanatic caught on some spines. It rips itself free when it sees you and attacks. Okay. Another combat. Here we go. Sin fanatic. So I got to bring up next. Take me a little bit of a second here. Let me, I gotta like pull up some other things that have gone down. I think I just the combat sheet that I need. There we go. Let me find the Sin Fanatic. Get rid of old Musil Thrall, as I like to call him. Sin Fanatic. There he is. I'm gonna assume this guy's kind of weakish. Yeah. Oh, this guy's really weak. Their eyes are pools of agony as black Fire erupts from the back of their head. Okay. This guy's combat dice are exactly the same as ours. If he hits with a 5, that kind of hurts. He can burn us a little bit. But we should hopefully be able to take him out pretty quick. Our minor wounds are at 8. His are at 6 currently. Okay. Whose turn is it to attack first? Is it Mike or Caspar going to go for this? Yeah, which one? Who's up here with the our fun-filled sin fanatic here? We're at 8. Gotta remember that we're at 8. Somebody roll. I think it may be Mike. Are you up, Mike? Yeah, let's see what you got. Roll that D6. We need to find a new weapon. That's what we need. Again, since we do have something, we could 3. Let's see what I got. 6. Is this reserve dice time already? Because right now we're taking a major wound. So if we use the reserve dice, we automatically are changing that major wound into a minor wound. If we roll a 4 on it, we're actually going to inflict a minor wound. So reserve dice, yeah, that sounds right. I think it's you are up, Caspar. Caspar rolled a 2. So that is enough to put it up to our favor, where it is a minor wound to them. We have used our reserve dice. They have not. And again, I don't know if they would go at it because now it's in our favor. I'm just for simplicity's sake, knowing that they will do that if they need those points instead of us just kind of going back and forth. So next round of combat, we have who's I think it's Caspar's turn to roll our d6 to roll our major dice. So Caspar, you were up for the attack. Roll the d6, and then I'll see how our sin fanatic does attacking us. And again, on a 5, remind me of this, chat. I'd have to set up the trigger abilities. Ooh, man, we are rolling low. Here we go. 1. It is going to use its Caspar rolled a 2 for the reserve. Yeah. But the now oh, Caspar. No, we didn't take a wound because wasn't it we were only down by 1, weren't we, Mike? Mike says I feel like we got what was the score last round? In my head, if we roll a 1 on the reserve dice, it was tied. But was I wrong on that? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't quite remember the numbers there. And now I'm confused on the numbers of this one. We rolled a 3 and they got a 6. Oh. Crap. Thank you. Okie dokie. That's why I like Mike. He's in my D&D group, and that we played 2 nights ago. I was telling him, like, no, I appreciate you guys. You guys are always honest, and yeah, you don't cheat. You actually kind of hamper yourself more than you help yourself. So this last round, I rolled a 1, and we rolled a 2. So it is going to use its reserve dice of a 4, because it is. Let's see what we got here. A 1 would be amazing. Nothing happens. It is a tie. That's great. We got a good that was a lucky break there. So everyone has used the reserve dice. Now we're back just hacking at each other. We obviously have our abilities. It does have its trigger abilities. So let's see what we got here. Whoever's turn it is, go ahead and roll. And then I'll just jump to your dice tray when I see you activating it. I'm just kind of losing the thread a little of whose turn it is. So who is up to attack? Looks like Mike. 4. That's a little bit better. Let's see how that 4... A 2 would be great, because that would be a... Who cares? That is a minor hit. We hit them. So they are down to 5. All right, Caspar, you are up. Roll that d6. And again, we do have the armor, which I will relook at the roll. I can't remember if it just negates all damage or how that works. 6. Here we go. We want this to be low. We don't want it to be a 5, because that will be its trigger thing. God dang it. I said it. Nonetheless, it is still a wound. But it does trigger. Roll a d6. Okay, I'm going to do that. 4. 1 through 4, gain 1 wear. Okay, that's better than it adding 2 to its combat roll next round. So I'm going to give us... We took an extra point of wear. So our wear is already up to 4. That's not great. Again, once it hits 10, you jinxed it. I know, I'm sorry. So that puts us at, oh, the music. I don't think the music loops. I just looked at that. I was just trying to figure out how long we're going. Let's see if I can loop this. Yeah. The, whose turn is it? But yes, you're right, Caspar. I did jinx us with the 5 thing. Sorry. Mike, are you up? Is that who it is? Let's roll that. It's just a battle of D6s currently, and we're in the lead. 3, not amazing. Come on. 4. Do we try to use our armor? Or do we use one of our stats? Or do we just take the point of damage? I think for our armor, what we would do is we would roll a d6, because that is our combat dice. And then we would add 2 to it, because that's how many points of armor we have. And if it is above its 4, I think all damage may be negated. But if we roll a 1 on the dice, a piece of armor breaks and is completely, like, unusable. Yeah, exactly. If we roll a 1 on this d6, one of our pieces of armor breaks. So is that worth... We still only have... Oh, we have 7 minor wounds now. We have rations. We have 3 rations, basically. We have the 2 legit rations. Then we have those berries as well. And, no, we didn't get that other stuff. I was about to say, didn't we have the healing balm? But we didn't spend the whatever for that. So kind of our 3 choices are take the point of damage, take the wound. We can always go back to town and rest. Yeah, even if we don't find our quest item, we can always go back to town and rest. And then since we have some extra money, we can go check out the armory, which I'm sure we're not going to be able to get anything. But yeah. Okay, let's take the... Take that, and whose turn is it? Go ahead and roll, just for fun. I'm going to roll first, because I'm here. 6. Boo. Who's up? I rolled a 6. Who's going to roll up against that? Caspar's up. 3. Man, you guys are really feeling the 3s tonight. Currently, that is a major wound, because it is double our score. I'm going to look at the armor real quick, just to make sure how this works. I was kind of vaguely reading it earlier. Armor saves versus breaking. Here it is. To try and reduce damage, you can make an armor save. To do this, roll your combat die, which is a 6, and add your combined armor modifier, which is a 2. So it'd be a 1d6 plus 2. If the total is over the enemy's successful dice combat roll, which is a 6. Oh, so it's basically like a reroll. We don't add our 3, which is our attack, at all. If the total is over the enemy's successful combat dice roll that caused you damage this round, then your armor has deflected some or all of the damage. Oh, here we go. Minor wounds are ignored. Major wounds become minor wounds. If you roll a 1, one random piece of armor is broken and cannot be used. So that's another... Again, it has in there, I think we've pretty much explored everything in combat. So it even though it's pretty simple, we're just like rolling dice against each other, it is a resource management... a little game that we're playing here, which I really do think is pretty fun. So, and again, it keeps, for just simple this dice versus this dice, there's a lot of ways that we can interact with it. So currently it is 3 versus 6. We are taking a major wound. We can always add our psyche scores to bump that up. We can use our armor, or we can take a major wound, which we don't want to do because we're having a hard enough time finding provisions for the town, much less getting through... then we're going to have to go find some freaking bandages. It would have been nice. Or maybe the golden sap. Maybe that magically heals us. Let's just pound it and see what happens. Yeah, what are you guys feeling? So take the major wound, use one of our skills, or hope that our armor turns it into a minor wound. So with our armor, we would roll a 1d6 plus 2. So mathematically, that'd be like a 45% chance of working if we go the armor route. So yeah, how are you feeling? Armor? Okay, Caspar's in the armor camp. How are you feeling, Mike? This is kind of a tougher decision because again, we do have our butcher, our hatred, and our patience haven't been touched yet either. Yeah, so armor's a little tricky. One, we have a less than 50% chance of it succeeding, and we have a 16% chance of losing a piece of armor. So that is that's our current quandary. We need to hit this guy just 4 more times. Burn a patience. How do you feel about that, Casper? Would you rather burn it? It only breaks by 1, but it may just fail. The armor isn't guaranteed, Caspar. It is about. I'm just get, it's probably around 40 to 45% chance of it deflecting the damage. So we could still, and if it does deflect, okay, patience. Okay, just a little patience. Okay, patience it is. Let's knock our patience down to 4, which makes sense because we're just like, I came out here to find some freaking Band-Aids. Why is this so hard? Okay. No clue whose turn it is to roll, but whoever it is, you should know better than I do. It may be Mike, I'm thinking. Just looking at just where my little dice thing is. I think, Mike, you're up for your D6. It'd be really great if we can just knock this guy out here. 5, that is better. I'll take that. If I roll a 1 or a 2, that could be a major wound. And I did. I rolled a 1. So, Caspar, why don't you roll on our table? I can't remember what it was. I believe it was a enemy major wound table. Where is it at? Found body. Creature major wound. There it is. Roll a 1d10. Roll well. It's always pretty good, but let's see what kind of fun we have here. Let me pull up your 1d10 for Caspar. Let's see what we got. 6, okay. We get a puncture. Your strike is so hard, it punctures through the protective layers and sinks deep into the creature's muscles. Blood spurts from the hole as you retrieve your weapon. Ooh, the foe downsizes 1 combat die. He is now rolling a d4. This can happen to us too. So since we have done so much damage with our major wound, he now rolls a d4 versus our d6. That's great. So, and he did take a major wound as well. So he just has 1 major wound remaining, and it's going to be much easier to deliver major wounds to him now because he's rolling a d4 and we're rolling a d6. Yeah, I'll go ahead and write that down. So 1 left. Okay. That puts us back to whose turn is it between you guys? I can't remember who's up with the d6, and then I'll roll a d4. Is it Mike? I don't know. Someone knows. I rolled last attack. Okay, Caspar, you're up. Roll the, well, Caspar got to roll the puncture attack. So roll the attack again, Mike. Yeah, Caspar got the glory in that. Well, I said Mike. Caspar rolled a 1, but I told Mike to roll. So we're going to stick with Mike's roll. No, but thank you, Caspar. I know. And I do appreciate you two being quick, jumping out of the gates fast, because a difficult part of doing these streams with the delay is I'm just talking like a sports broadcaster, and like I'm like, I want to keep the energy going, and I'm just kind of talking, waiting for a freaking roll. But yeah, Mike, you got the we'll give you the 5 just because Caspar punctured its freaking face. So we have a 5 versus, so we already know it's a hit, but let's see if it is a major hit. It is. It is dead. We do not even need to roll on the table because we killed it. So well done. We search on the body search table. Caspar, you can roll on this. You're good at rolling on our table, so I trust you on this. Let's roll the body search table. I just got to find the freaking table. So we've killed... Okay, so the first fight, that's why I looked at things like, this thing sucks. Because this is what we should be fighting, are these things. We can deal with this. Caspar rolled a 2. I think it's going to be a d6. It could be something else, but let's see what we got, Caspar. I just got to find the stupid table. Oh, whoops. I'm in the citizens. That's why I can't find anything. Here it is. Body search. It is a d12. Sorry. Roll a d12 for me, please, Caspar. Let me find Caspar here. Yeah, roll a d12 for me. Sorry. Yeah, so, I mean, again, you guys are getting feel of the game. It's just, you just got to go through. It's fun. I like it. I think last time we rolled like maybe a 10 on this. I remember the last d12 roll we had was a 12. I mean, excuse me, was a 10. So, but now we got a 9. Okay. I don't know what this means. You find a usage item. Okay. Roll on the clothing table. Mike, your turn. You are going to roll on the clothing table. Roll a d20. Fun. Ooh, look, we're getting some warmth. So warmth is good. I think the further you go out into the forest, you need to be warmer. That makes sense. We got an 11. So we got, oh, chemises. Shemoggle. Haas and Foff Incorporated. It's a Laverne and Shirley thing. Chemises? Is that how you would say the plural of a chemise? Or is it just, is that what that, am I saying this word right? But body warmth 2. So I will give us that. Okay. So we're not finding what we're looking for, but honestly, when I played the game, when I did my 2 runs out in the forest, all I found was my item. I didn't get anything else. So the fact that we are finding like all these other like little things, like we've increased our warmth to 7, which is great. I know our character sheet looks a mess. Just deal with it. I can maybe update this and make it look better. But that's, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about our little run in the forest. Was there anything? What number were we on? Like 8? I'm like, where were we in the forest? I just want to see if there's anything else to do in the forest. Dark Forest, table 1. I feel like we're at 8. Was that right? Spiny vines? Because there's the Sin Fanatic we just fought. You fight. It rips us free in attacks. Okay, I'm just seeing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, so that's it. All right, back to our map. Again, we're going. This game's actually taking longer than a lot of our other games. How are y'all doing on time? Just checking in. I'm good to keep going, but we're well within our rights to go back and kind of rest up at the village. We didn't find what we were looking for, but we've definitely, after kind of a tough start, we've really started to kind of find our own. I roll the D100, so Caspar's next. Yeah, I'm just trying to get us. Oh, that's what I do. Got to go to the map. Let's see here. I gotta. Oh, there's the map. So we're at 9. Okay, so we are just north of the village. So we could hop into the village now, or we could go southwest. How are you guys doing? I'm good on time. Could use a break, so I can step out for a few. Okay. Oh, Caspar doesn't care. Caspar's like, I'm going. Which direction are you going, Caspar? For a 12. Yeah, we can do a little break, and I can like easily like edit this out. I don't have that little screen set up for like, this is 5-minute break. Be right back. But you know what? You guys are probably the only one watching this, so who cares? But I can edit out after the fact. So we got a 12. Yeah, how about north? Ooh, Caspar's getting excited. Okay, Caspar, do you want to do like a little 5-er and then come back and just see if we can find this these freaking bandages and army rations, whatever the heck we're MREs, whatever we're looking for. And then 12 is a clacking boughs. We've been here before already. Tightly packed. This is where we got the golden sap, right? But if you rolled high, there was some pretty cool stuff here. So yeah, let's do a little break. Actually, I should probably jump out 8 p.m. Pacific to do some Thanksgiving stuff and child's room cleaning finish. Okay, that's fine. I'll finish up with Caspar then. So Caspar will hit 10. Then Caspar. How about then we'll hit 10. I have to go to work an hour. It's 5 a.m. for me. I don't know how you do this or why you do this, but thank you, Caspar. Well, if you have to, do you have to head out to work now? I'll just do a run by myself and get me back to town. I'm fine with that. Yeah, totally fine, Mike. I appreciate it. I can probably wrap this game up by myself. Because it's called Alone in the Dork. Caspar, if you can stick around, great. If you can't, go to work. That makes sense. I've got work tomorrow too, even though it's a holiday tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna check out these clacking boughs. I'll just play by myself. So really hoping I can find. So you should watch the last like 15 minutes of this, Mike. Let's see if we get something good. This may be the first time I'm playing by myself since I started this. So clacking boughs or bows. I don't know. The trees here are packed tightly, and some of the branches knocking against each other. Okay, roll a d6. Oh, Caspar, get on the Discord. Don't know if you're still here, but get on the Discord. A 6. Yay, I'm gonna roll on a cool table. Yeah, you guys are dragging me down. I got this. You push on through and spot a hole in one of the larger trees. Roll on the heart chamber table. You know you will not find this again? Yeah, okay. Well, let's, this is 12. This is the second one of these we found. I'm just updating the map key here real quick. 10. Oh, I didn't even do 9 because I'm a bad person. 10 is, I'm just going to just totally screwing this up. I'm on the very bottom. See, again, you can see this is a very large piece of paper for the map key. I was like, oh, there's no way we're getting this far down. There's a lot more spaces. There's 18 spaces on it. I didn't think we get anywhere near here. Where's the Discord link? I can't find it in time. The Discord link is if you go to my YouTube page and you go under posts, it will be there. If you can't find it there, let me try to pull it up for you real quick, and I'll just add it in the chat right now. I just got to find my Discord app. Yeah, because I definitely want you in that. Let me find it. I'm trying to find my Discord. Open it up. Discord. But yeah, I'll try to... Do I know how to find the... I'm kind of technologically stupid. It probably would be easier just for you to find the link on my... It's my most recent post on my... That's probably going to be easier because I'm not going to be able to figure out how to find the link. It is my most recent post on my YouTube page. And like Morgan's there as well as Barry. So yeah, please get on it and we... Yeah, I'm just kind of... I'm just ask stupid questions and see and hope for stupid answers. That's probably going to be the easiest way to get that. So let's go to the Heart Chamber Table. Heart Chamber table. So many tables. I feel the same. Yeah, great. But yeah, we there it is. Heart Chamber table. Let's see what I got. Roll d6. Come on. Where is the... I've got so much. Come on, give me another. Roll a d6. Come on. 2. That's not what I wanted. You reach in and hear scurrying noises. Something tries to bite you. God dang it. Just want a freaking bandage. 1. Oh, this has got to be bad. 1 to 3. You feel the creature's teeth sink into your hand. Gain 1 minor wound. God damn it. Ooh. Either way. Ooh, I have to fight something? This sucks. Gain 1 minor wound. 4 to 6. You rip your hand free before it bites you. Either way, that sounds like I have to do this. I have to fight Amalgam Beast. Oh, thank you, Mike. Yeah, Mike's so much... Mike set up the Discord, so he's smart and understands things. I don't. I'm busy fighting Amalgam Beast. You guys can talk about Discord all you want. I'm fighting Amalgam Beast. And I lost a freaking another point of stuff. All right, here we go. Amalgam Beast. Let's do this. Geez, Sal. Here we go. Okay, let's move us back to combat. We've fought a lot of things. I don't like the sound of beast in its name. I'm a little concerned by that. But we will see what happens here with our Amalgam Beast. Let's get rid of you. Bye, Sin Fanatic. And let's find Amalgam Beast. Please don't be super strong. Watch me die. The second I get alone, I was feeling all cocky. It's like, yeah, now I'm rolling the good things. And by smart, Avery means I spend way too much time in Discord. That may be true. Ooh, this thing's ugly. A dog-sized beast that appears to be a savage mix of many animals. I don't know if I can take this thing. It has 2 trigger abilities. If it rolls a 2, it's adding a d6 to the roll. A 5, I gain an extra minor wound to have no leg armor. No reward. F this thing, dude. I'm out of here. Yeah, Mike just said that famous words for Mike. Looks like a tough fight. Run? Yeah, I am out of here. So that is a new layer. I'm basically just kind of making my way to town right now. I'm not going to go through 9. I'll grab these next 2 spots before I hit town, and then I'll rest for the night. I've got 2 more chances to find these stupid bandages. But I am running. I'm going to lose hope, which is fine. And 2 more points of wear, which is a little scary because our wear is increasing pretty drastically. And I want to find... I need to update 6. So we are at 5. Okay, our minor wounds are at 5 now. So I'm starting to feel a little like it's time to go back. I'm tempted to maybe take a ration. Maybe I can get through this area without getting my butt handed to me. So I'm going to go to the area. I ran away from this. Oh, I need to write down what is here, though. C is a... this was prompt... Oh, butts. What prompt was this? I was so excited to get here that I didn't even see what prompt it was. One that let... well, it doesn't matter. I already reached the dumb hole. So it's just a heart chamber. But it's a... what is this guy? Amalgam Beast. It's just the Amalgam Beast layer. That's all this is. Amalgam Beast, just hanging out, doing his thing. I run Southwest. All right, here we go. All I got to do is make it home. And find a quest item would be amazing, but I'm just trying to get home. Just trying to get home. All right. Now that I've gotten rid of the dorks, time to be cool. 61. Let's see what I get at 61. All right, this is going to come in right around 2 hours. That's fine. I love games. Even if I'm playing by myself, I like games. Is there a different rolling sheet for the second and third area? Second, is that second edition and third edition area? I'm still here. Oh, you're still here rolling with me. Oh, sorry about that. No, they're exactly the same. Sorry, Casper. I thought you may have ran off from me. You will take over the rolls from now on moving forward. But I did roll 61, so you get to roll the last area, and you're going to help me with this. I ran away, as you saw. The second you guys left, I dropped any pretense of being cool and took off running, like the deeper woods. Oh, yes, there is a different. Yeah, there are different tiers. It's called the forest, the dark forest, and the savage forest. But yes, it is a whole different set of experiences you have in those layers, in those rings of the forest, 100%. So 61. Concealed ditch. So get ready, Caspar. Actually, Caspar, roll a d6 for me and let's see what happens. Because I see that's coming up already. Get your little thing there. There is a ditch here between some trees. Roll a d6. 6! I think higher numbers seem to be good, right? The land has collapsed here. No matter the origin of the ditch, something lies at the bottom. Okay, so don't roll it yet. Roll a d6. Before you roll, you can spend a point of survival to increase the roll by 1. If it's a 1 through 3, we get in a fight with another Musil Thrall. A 4 or 5, we find some stuff in the rotted leaves, and we gain a survival point. If it's a 6+, we get a concealed sack, and we find a healing bomb and some clothing. So yeah, it is. The higher the better seems better. So we can spend a point of survival, which is 3, to up our roll. That's up. How are you feeling with that, Caspar? It doesn't look like. Maybe on the revealed from below table, there, I want to spend, Caspar. I want to spend. Okay, go for it. Let's do 1 point. 6. Okay. I'm going to mark off our survival. Actually, I feel like we may have wanted to roll a 5, because at least in regards to getting a. Because if we rolled a roll of 5, we would have gotten a roll on the revealed from below table and gain a point of survival. So maybe revealed from below table, there could have been a tier 1 quest item, but we rolled a 6, which is a concealed sack. Oh, hang on. I'll let you see it as well. It's a concealed sack. Inside is a dose of healing balm, so that's another point of healing, and a small wooden box, which heals 1 minor wound, and an item of clothing. Okay, I think this was a d20, Caspar. So roll a d20, because we are going to check out the clothing table. And we gained a point of survival. Oh, good job, bud. Okay. So again, we're still not finding what we're looking for, but we're finding a lot of other stuff. And you rolled a 5. Let's check out the clothing table. And then we're going to have one more area to check out. Clothing. And then you got to go to work. And I got to go make cranberry sauce. And you rolled a 5. Leather gloves. Hands. Warmth 2. Great. Which is great because we now have a chemise, which goes on our body. We started with boots and a tunic, which was leg and body. Chemise, which I think clothing stacks in this game. You can wear multiple layers. But then now we have some gloves, and which gives us a warmth of 2 because they're leather gloves. Awesome. Okay. Leather gloves. I misspelled leather. What's a chemise? Great question. I know how to say it. Is it like a... Sorry, I'm just adding this in. It's like a... Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to look it up. Because I don't want to sound like a complete idiot. Chemise. It's... maybe... It's like... Isn't it like a really big like scarf thing you kind of wrap around yourself? Or am I just totally insane? Chemise. Goes under a dress. Oh! So we're wearing this. Let's see if I can... Yeah, that's what we're wearing. We're looking hot. Yeah, you're right. It's like a little... So I guess this kind of may be the same thing as a tunic, basically. Hell yeah. Good to know. Yeah, exactly. I should know that. I do enough Shakespeare plays. Okay, we have one spot left to go. We were at... There wasn't much there. It's not permanent, so it doesn't matter. We're just now running northwest of the city. This will be our last place to investigate. Caspar, roll that D100, get us a good place. Let's not get in a fight, and let's find this stupid quest item. If not, we're going to go back, heal up our wounds, and maybe continue this game in a later conversation, which we can talk about on the Discord channel. 40. Here we go. Last one. Last one. Big bucks. Big bucks. Please don't be a big scary monster that's going to be right outside the town. Where is this stupid table at? Oh, it's up here. Sorry. Just scrolling through all... I have all these like bookmarks that I added in for my zillions of tables. Just trying to find the Dark Forest table. There it is. And it was a 40. Okay. Here we go. Oh, we're still on the fighting page. That's why there's not much room here. Let's get us back to the book page. Actually, not the book page. No, that's fine, right? Sure. Whatever. We're going to 40. Come on, big bucks, big bucks. An old shack. Okay. And it is permanent. So there is going to be a permanent old shack to the northwest of the village. I'm writing that down right now. You're not going to be able to see it in the chat, but this is D. Whoops, that's the beast. This is D. 40. Old shack. Awesome. Okay, cool. This is great. So I'm just adding that, and now I'm adding it to the map that it is. So we have 4 permanent things out here on our map. Old shack. You weren't expecting to find any structures in the forest, but here you stumble upon a sturdy-looking shack. There's a large carriage wheel attached to the side, a smashed-in window, and the front door is kicked in. A body lays in the doorway. Roll a d6. Let's see what you got. All right, you still there, Caspar, to roll that? There it is. Oh, you rolled the 4. Crap, you were already a step ahead of me. Sorry. It's not a bark fiend. That's good. It's a Grimscar citizen. Okay. They are bleeding badly from a bite wound. If you have a bandage or sacrifice a suitable item of clothing, you can stop the bleeding and they return to town and you gain a reputation. Otherwise, they die and you gain a hatred. We were just talking about, let's see if because we do have a tunic and we have this chemise, let's see if these items stack or not. You'll find items of clothing. At times you'll face penalties for not having enough warmth. Each item has a body location, like armor. You can wear 2 items on each location. So we are actually doubled up with our tunic and our chemise. What else do we have here? Chemise, gloves, body, boots. Yeah. So, that's the question. Do we want the reputation? Which reputation is how we unlock more townsfolk to be able to talk to. And we're just treated a little bit differently. Or we bump up our hatred, but we have to lose... Can we... It didn't say like you can use a ration or anything like that, though, either, which is a little weird. What number did you roll for this again? Was it 40? I have it written down here. We want to help. Okay. I'm going back to 40 just to look at the... Here it is. 6. Found body table. Oh! Wait, is that still part of 6? Oh, if you return here, we find a bark fiend. You find some copper. Okay, so that's... if we come back here, we're finding a fight or some copper. Can we use a cloth piece from the chemise? Yeah, we'll see which one provides the most warmth. That's one we don't want to use. Yeah, the chemise provides less warmth. So yeah, that would... Oh, Mike's still there. Mike's like, yeah, use the chemise. So here's another question there real quick for you guys. So if we get 6, the person is dead. You can search and roll on the found body table. And then it says after that, inside the shack, you find 2 bandages. But that's part of 6, right? That's not part of ours. So we don't seem to be looking in the shack. 5 just seems to be, it's a citizen. If you have the bandage, you stop the bleeding, and they return to town. You gain a reputation. Otherwise, they die, and you gain a hatred. I guess the rest of it is 6. But so we're never able to look. So we don't look in the. So our question was, are we spending clothing to gain reputation, which I guess is what we did. So we lost our chemise. Easy come, easy go. But we gained our reputation, went up to 2. Okay. And then we return to town, and we rest, and we heal our wounds. It is so fun. I found 2 quest items when I played this game. I found 2 quest items doing 2 loops of, like, 4 spaces. I just happened to luck on them. I also got my butt kicked really hard, too. In this one, we actually, like, explored so much more than I did in two runs. So, anyway, yeah, this is the game. You can see how it is an amazing solo game as well, because you just kind of just sit there and you play, and there's a lot of... streaming it's a little tricky. I feel like if I had like an overview camera of just pen and paper, it'd be a little bit easier to watch me do this. But I think this is a really fun, fascinating game. It's really I like dark, kind of grim, dark horror like this, and survival resource management. So this really scratches a lot of itches for me. But yeah, Mike says fun. Would definitely be happy to play this game again. Yeah, me too. I think this is definitely a good one to put when we were not doing like one of our larger group games like Legendary Kingdoms or something like this, to easily fall back in this and continue the story of Gregory Alinovich trying to find some freaking bandages. Because that's all it's worked out to. I think you juggle the windows efficiently. I think it worked well. Good. Yeah, I feel like I did okay. Again, an extra monitor would have made this so much easier. But yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty good with this setup. And I liked my music that I gathered from Epidemic Sound for this. Cool. Anyway, that is Grimscar. That is session 1 of it. I think this is a great fallback. We've already explored like 90% of the rules. Yeah, I like the pictures of the enemies. And it's all the same artist, and maybe the guy who's the author is the artist as well. I was reading about that too. But again, this is called Grimscar by Gunther or something like that. Let's actually find the dude's name to close out this thing properly. Grimscar by Gunnar Almer, and this is only $5. This book that I'm running out of. There's a free copy that you can get as well, and they're both on DriveThruRPG. I highly recommend this game. I'm covering his name. Because it's not. Let's show his name. There. Let's give him his proper respect there. But this is Grimscar. I've been itching to play this one with you guys for a while, so I'm glad we finally got to play it for a nice little 2-hour session. And I'm happy to do more forays into the Dark Weald with you later. But thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving, Mike. Well, to you too, Caspar. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Harvest Festival for you, or whatever the hell. Late Oktoberfest, Novemberfest. And yeah, let's play this one again. Caspar, I look forward to seeing you on the Discord. Everyone, this is Alone in the Dork. Obviously not alone, because I got my 2 friends with me. And again, this was Grimscar by Gunnar Almer. And thanks for playing, and stay dorky, my friends. Until next time. Peace.